Hi, this is Gordon De Silva, and I'm here with Ken, our chief engineer, and he's going to talk us through one of the jobs he went to recently. And go ahead, Ken. Go ahead and just talk us. This one's a really interesting one, so go ahead and do that for us.
Yes, Gordon. I was called to a customer's house for an insurance company that I contract for. He was suffering water ingress on the front of his property, but he'd been a member of another insurance company a year previous, and they sent their roofers out to carry out repairs on their behalf. Anyway, so when I got up onto the roof, I couldn't believe what I saw. As you can see by this picture, this is a piece of PVCU guttering turned upside down and nailed onto the battens below that should have been lead, and it's probably one of the worst cases I've ever seen of a blatant cowboy in action. But this was done for a well-known insurance company. They obviously don't come out and check on the afterwork because this wouldn't have got passed by anyone. But as you can see, the mess that it is, it's just PVCU guttering nailed over what should have been lead work.
And one of the things you were telling me, Ken, was that from the ground, this actually looked reasonably okay because the colours seem to match sort of surrounding tiles. Is that the sort of
Yes, what it is, because the guttering was a grey black colour, lead discolours after a while anyway, so and it goes dull, so you wouldn't really sort of take a lot of notice. You just walked past and looked up, you wouldn't notice that it wasn't what it's supposed to have been. But two sections of guttering, one was lighter than the other, one was a light grey in colour. But so when I actually saw what was, if you see by the picture, the left hand side is a different colour to the right hand side. I mean, then they didn't even try to match it up, which really, which is it's amazing to think that you could do this for an insurance company and get away with it.
so? Just to understand what happened, then the client called the insurance company out a year ago. Their appointed roofers came out and fixed it,
Yes,
supposedly, and then they've subsequently had further water penetration.
that's
Is
right.
that right?
Yes, he switched insurance companies to the one that I contract to, and I came out on their behalf, and he said that he's got some problems at the front that leak had been repaired, so he thought, a year previous. But when I actually got up and saw this, I mean, I had to make the customer aware that this is going to run into thousands of pounds. He has to go back to the previous insurance company and get them involved in this, because this is a major job that shouldn't have been left like this. It really is what cowboys at their best. If you can just see, they've just nailed the guttering down to the batten underneath, and it's split, and there's great big gaping holes in it. It's been allowing water ingress for over a year now.
Now, Ken, I'm not a professional roofer, but from the ground, you definitely wouldn't be able to see this. Is that true?
Once I saw it, yes, I knew then, but it's just as a glance, no, because you see grey up there on the roof, you think it's lead. So you get up closer to it. It's quite a high roof. It's probably about nearly 3 stories up, so it's quite high. So really, unless you're an expert, you wouldn't have really noticed it anyway. And the guy in the house was partially blind, so he wouldn't have seen it anyway. It's just quite
And that's
again.
that's one of the things we talk about is that it's really hard to know what's going on your roof, and that's one of the reasons we take pictures to make sure that clients are fully aware before and after, because they can't get up the ladder. You can as a
Absolutely.
professional, and it's our duty of care, isn't it, to make sure that they're completely happy.
Well, the guy is in the house. He could have paid someone £2,000 or £3,000 for his work to be done on his behalf. Then he would be none the wiser what had been done up there until it started leaking again. The chances are the firm that did it wouldn't be around anymore anyway. They just changed their name and they start up somewhere else again. But this is quite one of the worst jobs I've come across. But for cowboy sort of traders in action.
Thanks for that, Ken. That was a good one.